Something serious is happening in Zimbabwe right now. And many people are watching closely because this situation involves two very powerful men, Emmerson Mnangagwa and Constantino Chiwenga. What is going on between them is no longer ordinary politics. It is a quiet struggle for power, and if it is not handled carefully, it could affect the entire country. Before we go deeper, if you are enjoying this kind of real-time political gist explained in a simple way, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps a lot, and it keeps you updated with important stories like this. Now, let's go straight into the matter.
The provisions of the law must be upheld
Mnangagwa is the current president of Zimbabwe.
Fear.
He came into power after the removal of Robert Mugabe in 2017. But what many people may not fully understand is that Chiwenga played a very strong role in that change of power. At that time, he was a top military leader, and the army stepped in to remove Mugabe from power. That moment changed Zimbabwe's history. So when you hear that Chiwenga is now sending warnings, people take it very seriously. This is not just a politician speaking. This is a man with deep military influence. Now, here is where the tension begins. There are growing talks that Mnangagwa may want to stay in power longer than expected.
Through these policies,
leadership is supposed to change after a certain time. But when discussions about extending power begin, it creates concern. People inside the ruling party are already thinking about the future. They're asking one simple question: who will lead Zimbabwe next? At first, everything looked calm on the surface, but slowly, small signs started showing that all is not well behind closed doors. Then something happened that caught everyone's attention. Chiwenga spoke publicly, and instead of speaking directly, he spoke about a leader who refused to leave power at the right time, and how that decision led to problems. Even though he did not mention any names, many people understood the message immediately. They believed that message was directed at Mnangagwa, and this is where things became serious. When a man like Chiwenga speaks in that manner, it is not just a simple speech, it is a signal, it is a warning, it is a way of saying, be careful with your next move. If you are following this story closely, please like this video and subscribe right now, because we are breaking this down in a very simple and clear way. Now think about this carefully. Zimbabwe has already experienced one major power shift involving the people remember how quickly things changed in 2017. Because of that history, any sign of
the provisions of the law must be upheld.
Inside the ruling party, there are now different groups forming quietly.
Or fever.
Some people believe Mnangagwa should continue. Others believe it is time for a new leader. And many of those people are looking at Chiwenga. This is how political tension builds. It does not start with open conflict. It starts with quiet disagreement, hidden alliances, and careful statements. As this situation continues, many observers are asking important questions. What happens if Mnangagwa decides to remain in power longer? What happens if Chiwenga feels he's being pushed aside? What happens if both sides refuse to step back? These are not simple questions. These are serious concerns that can shape the future of a country. Even outside Zimbabwe, leaders are paying attention. For example, Cyril Ramaphosa is someone people believe would want stability in the region. When tension rises in one country, it can affect neighboring countries as well. Let's slow down and look at the deeper meaning of all this. Power is not just about holding a position. It is about influence, control, and legacy. When a leader stays too long, people begin to question what comes next. When another strong figure is waiting in the background, the situation becomes even more sensitive. Now imagine this scenario. If Mnangagwa continues to hold on to power, and Chiwenga decides to push back strongly, it will create a serious political standoff. And when two powerful individuals stand against each other, the entire system feels the pressure. This is why people are using strong words to describe the situation. Not because something has already happened, but because of what could happen if things go wrong. If you understand what is happening so far, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also drop your opinion in the comments. Do you think leadership should change at the right time, or should experience be allowed to continue? Now let's go deeper into the reality of African politics. In many countries, leadership transitions are sensitive.
The provisions of the law must be upheld
stable. But when there is tension, uncertainty increases. Zimbabwe is at a point where decisions made now will affect its future for many years. Some people believe Mnangagwa wants to secure his position and protect his legacy. Others believe Chiwenga feels it is his turn, especially considering his past role in bringing change to the country. This is where the quiet struggle becomes more visible. You may not see open arguments or direct confrontation, but every statement, every action, and every decision carries meaning. Let me explain it in a simple way. If two strong people are in the same space and both believe they have a right to lead, then even silence can become powerful communication. That is what is happening right now. People are watching body language, speeches, meetings, and even small details to understand what may happen next. And one thing is clear. There is tension, not open conflict, but quiet tension. And sometimes quiet tension is more dangerous because nobody knows when it may turn into something bigger. If you are still watching, that means you really understand the importance of this. Please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future updates. Now, let's bring it closer to everyday understanding.
pride
when leaders are focused on power struggles, the people often feel uncertain. Businesses slow down, investors become careful, and citizens begin to wonder about stability. That is why this situation matters, not just for Zimbabwe, but for the entire region. Everyone is hoping that whatever happens next will be handled with care, respect for the system, and focus on peace. Because at the end of the day, leadership is not just about staying in power. It is about protecting the country and its people.
Workers
as this situation continues to develop, one thing remains true. The next move will be very important.
Undermines
right now,
the dignity
nobody can say exactly what that move will be. So the question is, will things
the provisions of the law must be upheld
quiet tension
without fear
into something bigger?